yeah, I mean, Baltimore is like the heroin capital of the world, and he goes to like, you know, really shitty rehabs, you know, ones that are almost free, you know, but the one that I went to was like $1,000 a day. So I was at like a really nice one.
I think that sounds relatively cheap to me, considering it's
$1,000 a day.
Well, insurance paying that, yeah.
How do you know insurance pays that?
Well, I don't know. I mean, is it insurance sponsored? Is it, who's paying for it? Is it, you didn't have to pay cash?
I'm sure Phil did it.
Yeah.
But and you know what pisses me off? I hope he didn't pay for the 30-day program, because that's $30,000, and I never agreed or signed up to that. I came down to a fucking intervention, and they wanted me to do 30 days, and I'm like, I'm not canceling this MTV book signing, because I'm simply not going to do it. And you know, and then they say, okay, well, how about the 5-day program? I'm like, fine, I'll go to the fucking place for 5 days just to please you assholes, but that's about it. And you know what? I'm sober right now, and this is totally bullshit. You know, and that's why. That's
if you don't want to be there, I don't see how rehab can truly help. I mean, you have to really want to be there. And
yeah,
really
and the thing is, all the people that I was with, they've been there for 2 weeks or more, and they're getting like, you know, Suboxone and Seroquel to go to sleep and all this shit after 2 weeks. I'm there my second day, and I get no medication whatsoever. You know, so I'm like, you know, obviously my problem isn't so bad if I black out once a week from Jack Daniels and maybe a few Adderalls. You know, like, these dudes are on fucking Ativan, heroin, and loads of alcohol and opiates and benzos and who knows, you know, like.
Well, blacking out once a week sounds pretty bad.
Yeah, I mean, I don't want to do that. I mean, I wake up with fucking bruises on my head, and I don't know how it happened, and that sucks, and I'd like to stop that. That's the reason why I agreed to go. Other than that, you know, like, I don't want to. The fact of stopping drinking cold turkey scares me to death, because I just don't see that happening.
Well, you need some type of vice to get you through what you're bored about. I mean, I guess you got to figure out what it is your real problem is. If it's not alcohol, I mean, you don't feel like you're fiending for alcohol just for the sake of being drunk or getting high. I mean, you.
Well, the thing is,
trying to cover something else up.
If I go like 10 to 12 days without drinking, you know, it's pretty easy to do, but is always how it starts over again, is going to like a nice fancy dinner and seeing this like nice ass red wine list, you know, from like Chile and all this stuff, and I look over and I see these like old dudes with suits on, like sipping on this nice ass red wine, and it makes me want a glass real bad. But like, you know, and I keep telling myself like, man, you know what, I could really use just one glass of red wine. It's never one glass. Like they say one glass is too much, and 1,000 glasses is never enough.
Who told you that? They said that in Rehab?
Yeah. And it's kind of true.
Well, I feel like I don't have a drinking problem because I don't black out, and I don't drink every day, and I mean, you know, people aren't setting up interventions, so obviously everybody, your family, they're not bullshitting you. They give a shit. They care a lot about you to set that whole thing up, and
yeah, but they just did it at the absolute wrong time. Like
it was the right time. You went.
I went to please them.
Well, do you think you'll go back?
No.
You don't think you'll ever go back on your own?
Unless it gets real bad. But I mean,
did you learn anything from this experience to like avoid?
Yeah, I learned that I was so fucking bored that I wrote half of a book, and I'm thankful for that.
Well, do you think no one's going to try another intervention now just because you walked out 4 days?
Dude, you know what?
The next interventions, people are just going to hold you down, and they're just trying to keep you alive and safe. You know, they're just trying to keep you alive and safe, dude.
I know, but like, I don't need that. You know, like,
well, it appears.
I'd rather
that you do.
I'd rather have like a girl that's on my side rather than a fucking second mom. And that's what Missy became, and I'm fed up, and I don't know if I want to deal with it anymore.
Well, when you're blacking out, I mean, what kind of person are you to relate to? That's not much of a a partner if you're blacked out, and not yourself.
Well, that's only on the third day of a bender.
The person everybody likes is the guy who's closer to sober than blacked out.
Yeah.
So that's kind of where everybody wants you to kind of be.
Yeah.
It's for your own good as well. I mean, everybody likes you better when you're closer to sober.
Dude, the people who were there to like teach people about AA and NA and all this shit, they have like their standard speech, and most people there have like 9-to-5 jobs, and if they drink too much, then they're in jeopardy of losing their job. They didn't know what to do with me when I told them. I was like, okay, my job is being on a show called Jackass, and I'm the only person who is in the line of work who benefits from getting shit-faced on Jack Daniels and pissing in their mouth and then jumping on a taxi cab that's moving full speed and getting hit by a car, and then we get brilliant footage, and then I get a reward. So, like, drinking is a benefit. Not to mention, and then they say, if you don't want to drink, you simply just cannot go to a bar, because if you go to a bar, you're going to start drinking. I raise my hand. They're like, yes, sir. I'm like, okay, what if you own a bar and you have to be there? Yeah. And there's bands that you like, like suppose CKY plays and they have a 2-hour set. You expect me to sip on ginger ales all day? Like, and then the next day, like Alkaline Trio plays or something, and then it's another 2-hour set, like, and then I sip on more ginger ale? Like, one day it's gonna fold and I'm gonna have to have a red wine or something.
Well, I think it's everything else in your life should be more important than the CKY concert or the Alkaline Trio concert, or even being at the bar. Owning the bar doesn't constitute you having to be there or drink.
The problem is that if CKY plays at my bar...
Don't blame it on us.
No, I'm giving an example.
All right.
If I'm sober... Dude, I'm not kidding. I can't even clap or go woo. I can't do it. But if I'm drunk, then it's like, woo, fuck yeah, motherfucker, yeah, woo, like, and I'm like all excited and jumping around. But if I'm sober, like, I'm too nervous to even clap.
It's a social misfunction that you have going on,
and that's the problem.
And drinking makes you feel more fun and entertaining.
I feel like I'm more fun.
Well, at times you are more fun, and then at times you're a lot worse than anyone could imagine what fun would be.
Yeah, when you see me on the third day of a fucking bender.
Sometimes
a John Bender.
Sometimes you get real bad, dude, and everybody has a baby.
No, I know.
But
that's why I went, is because I know.
Right. But what are you gonna do for real? Like, if rehab's not your thing, I mean, is there anything you're gonna adjust to avoid these blackout benders that you're doing?
Well, they said you have to follow the complete 12 steps, and if you say but in any of the 12 steps, then it's not going to work. And the but that I have is, but I don't believe in religion, and I don't believe in all this spiritual bullshit. I don't believe in meditation. I think it's fucking gay. I think that being Catholic is gay. I think being Christian is gay. I think it's all fucking dumb.
It's gay.
It's gay.
Well, fuck the butt.
Seriously. Like, and that's what they said. If you say but, which I do, I say, but I'm not into this whole spiritual religion thing. And that's my whole big problem.
Well,
like, I don't
know what that has to do with sobriety.
I think praying is dumb.
They're trying to give you something else to care about. That's something else to distract you from the thoughts, and something else to look forward to. I don't want to get into a whole conversation about religion, but I guess distraction is all a big part of it. You have a lot of things to distract yourself with, but you seem that you're letting the alcohol distract you from all those other things.
And then they said, you know what? If you're drinking and you're trying to stop, you need to find a new circle of friends.
Yeah.
And I say, okay, well, what if your circle of friends get paid to hang out with me to film a TV show, and half of them are hell on wheels? And dude, like, these teachers, they've been there for 15 years. They didn't know what to say.